Lit gang, spit it out. Hello everyone, this is Tony and Trix and welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Lit Gang. So normally we're gonna sit on a sofa, but now there will be no sofa because there is a lighter from Saigon and we're gonna have a chit chat with him. Okay, so just tell everyone some hints about this guy.
Oh, okay. So this guy is from Saigon.
Oh, of course.
I just said that. And he's let's say he just won the prize of the best host of July, and he is really profound. He likes J. Cole, and he is a Cancer, right?
Yeah,
Cancer.
And I am a Cancer too.
Okay, that's not related. Okay, so can you guess who he is?
Okay, so from 1, 2, 3, he's gonna appear. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of Tea Time with Lit Gang.
So my name is Tony, the one that interviewed you, and this is
Trix.
Okay, so please, actually, that we don't want you to introduce yourself, and we are going to introduce you.
Oh.
Okay,
All right.
Okay, it's gonna be a challenge for both of us. So I think that I will give the ball to Trix.
Wait, so your name is Henry. You are very good at English.
Yeah.
You speak like a native speaker, right? And you just won the best host of July
Okay,
award.
so give you a big applause. Yay! Oh my god, look at
Well done.
Look at his arms. Okay. So because this series is called Tea Time with Lit Gang. So what are you drinking?
I'm drinking milk tea, and the flavor is, I don't know how to describe the flavor, but it's literally coal and bamboo.
Oh.
So it's like,
It's kind of healthy.
yeah. Coal and bamboo. Yeah. But yeah, it's like this color. So
Yeah, a lot of bobas. Okay.
I'm drinking a tea also.
Yeah. What kind of tea?
Peach tea.
Yes. Same to me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No, yours is cha chang ma. Okay, so I also know that you are an international student studying in the States, right?
yes,
So
correct.
can you tell me something about your major? What are you studying right now?
I'm currently majoring in computer science. Although I'm not sure whether I actually like when I imagine what I'm going to do after graduation, like sitting down and coding for hours. I don't necessarily like that, but I mean, I'm currently majoring in computer science. People make a lot of money doing that, so I guess I'm just gonna ride on the same trend, I guess. Yeah.
So why did you choose that major? Because of money only?
Yeah. I do have the same question.
Yeah. I mean, mostly. So I've always been pretty good at like natural science subjects, like math,
chemistry,
things like that,
or,
numbers, physics, things like that.
Wow.
So I mean, I kind of like CS, but as I say, I don't like the prospect of sitting down and coding for hours because it can be boring. But and also yes, money's a really big factor.
Okay. So I also have another question for you. So why America? Why did you choose America as a destination for education?
America's the greatest country in the world.
Is it?
It's a joke. It's not that great, but I mean, I don't know. There's wrong and right about that statement, but it's a great country with great education, and also I with the help of my friend, I went to a high school in the U.S. And I wanted to sort of like escape from the
Mundane life.
environment. Yeah, the environment that I was in Vietnam. So I just want to study abroad, and that I came to the U.S. for high school, and then I proceeded to study in a U.S. college.
Oh, okay. So you have been in the States for like more than 3 years, right? More than 3
Yeah,
years. So
exactly.
I think
More than 3 years,
So
yeah.
I think that I think that you may have a lot of stories to share with us today, especially the difference between, like life in Vietnam and life in the States. Because as you have just mentioned that you want to escape, like the same old environment in Vietnam. Okay, so I think that there'll
Share
be
with us.
Yes, a lot of stories. Okay, so
Okay, so you did say that there are something right and there is something wrong with the statement that America is the greatest country in the world, right? So what are the right things and what are the wrong things about that statement?
So I mean, America it comprises of a lot of extremities. Like, it has the worst people, it has the best people, right? It has the brightest citizens, but also at the same time, it also has the most, I mean, I don't want to use the word ignorant, but like, very poor-minded people. I can't find the exact word to say, but like, America has both of that. So, and I mean, it has a lot of problems. It's the greatest country in terms of economics and cultural influence, but at the same time, it has a lot of problems like racial conflict, discrimination, segregation, and guns.
Guns.
You don't necessarily feel very safe in America because shootings happen all the time, and it's very interesting.
To mention a little bit about the problems, like in the States. So you have just said about the racism. So, I think that I myself have some, kind of stories to share with Trix and with Henry. It was like in 2018 when I had a chance to participate in, some kind of competition in China. So, I had a lot of, I had a chance to meet a lot of people, a lot of, like students, including the ones that came from the States. So I had to say that they weren't really nice to an Asian like me, really. So they have some kind of racist act on me. So somehow it makes me feel that most of Americans are racist. So I think that not only me, but also a lot of people, have the same stereotypes about, like American people. And, like in movies, for example, Get Out, like the movie Get Out, it also portrays the situation, that kind of racist in white people's, Americans in general. So do you have anything to defend for the American, or, like under a perspective of a student who have been in the States for more than 3 years? So I just want to hear more from you.
So on that, I mean, me personally, throughout my time in the US, I don't really have to go through, or I'm not the target of any like racist acts. I mean, I once got kind of like harassed by like a homeless man. Like he was like he wanted to fight me when I was on the street, but that's about it. And I don't think it was motivated by race, so it weren't racially motivated. But I certainly understand that, because my high school is a private high school, and there are very few people there. So and they all knew each other. Just imagine, you got 12 grades and 300 students in total. So there are very few people there, and they all know each other, and I know they're not racist, at least on the outside. So I mean, I really didn't have to go through any kind of racist acts, but I believe that, and I know that there are a lot of racists in America. And I heard stories from my friends who went through, more terrible things, more hurtful things, like the things that they say and the acts that they do. It's certainly a problem.
Oh.
And I mean, I still think about it because I think about race a lot. You know, like recently there's a homeless black man that was beaten, not in America, but in Italy. You know, for doing nothing. He was just like any random homeless man in Vietnam out in the street selling, you know, Q-tips and things like that, and he got beaten to death. And I mean, there are people like that everywhere, and also in America.
Okay.
So it's definitely a problem, you know, and I don't really know how we can tackle that, but we got to do something about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
Slowly.
So I think that, you know, like, because the States is a country with a lot of, you know, like a land of many people around the world. They come to the States, so there will be like this American and that kind, another American. So I think it's the same. It's not, people are not the same.
However, I think that you are really lucky that you haven't experienced like being discriminated in the States.
Yeah.
So I will assume that your life there was pretty good, right? You made a lot of friends, and you also you were not discriminated, so that's really good. But because I do know like some international students studying in the US, and they, even when they also made a lot of friends, but I think that their life is a little bit better because they also include like doing drugs and, you know, like drinking into their life. So I think that is something international students want to do because they change their environment and they want to try something new. So
Yep. Wait, I want to say a little bit, not just international students. For example, like I do have some friends when they came to Hanoi, you know, like without the supervision of parents, they were, oh my God.
So whenever you change your environment, right, you want to try something new, so you can become like an experienced person. So did you?
You know what we mean, right?
Oh, I mean, I know. I mean, I don't think we need to censor anything from this, but I mean, you know, it's like weed and stuff, right?
Drugs, something like that.
Adderalls, many types of different.
What an expert.
Yeah, chemicals. But I mean, I think, I think it's fine. I don't know. I don't judge people because they do drugs. You know, and as long as it's not, they're not overly addictive to a point where they got a problem, where they would like rob people and like, you know, do some horrible things to get the money to get drugs, I'm fine with that. And I mean, I don't know if I should say this, but I mean, I plan to try out some.
Oh my God.
Like some weed.
You have or you want to?
Wait.
I want to.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I haven't tried it out because I mean.
Wow. Really?
No, because
this is a different size of Trix.
Because I just.
Okay, yeah, Trix, you can go ahead.
So sometimes I listen to music and I really feel good about it. Like I can enjoy the music, and then I thought to myself like, okay, so this is me being normal and listen to music, and like I have ear orgasm, something like that. So if right now I do drug and listen to music, so maybe my feeling will be even better.
Hyped up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I think that it's tea time, so let's raise our toast.
A toast.
Okay, so I think that distant cheers. Okay, so cheers to Trix and cheers to Henry. Yes.
And then I'm gonna cheers to
Cheers
Tony,
to Lit Gang.
also you. Wait, us.
Yay. Okay, let's go.
There you go.
Okay, so it's just something that I wonder because I noticed that there are a lot of differences between living in America and in Vietnam, right? For example, in America, there is this thing, freedom of speech, and here in Vietnam, we don't do it that much.
Actually, no, like we still say that we have it, but you know, like, I read somewhere that saying that, you know, like Vietnam has always been accused for violating human rights, something like that. I don't know. That is just what I read. I don't know if it is right or not.
He
but
doesn't
you know,
remember the source.
Yeah, but you know, like there is a fact. You know, not a fact. An article saying like that. Okay, so yeah.
So in America, they really focus on fighting for human rights, but at the same time, they also like they use their right to speak in order to attack other people by using their opinion, something like that. And also, America is the country of racial and ethnical diversity, right? But then there are a lot of people who they really like appreciate the white people, like white supremacy. So there are conflicts of people in that country. And so what do you think about this? Have you like meet somebody who is like, do you see the difference among American people with one another?
I mean, I do. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, of course there's a difference between, you know, because they have different roots, right? They have different history. Let's say African American and you know, white people, right? Apparently they have different history, and you know, there are conflicts between them. And of course, I mean, here's the thing: they would never identify as the same. You know, because if African American identify the same as white people, that means they're turning away from their origin. Where they come from. Yeah, the origin. It's like us Vietnamese turning away from Vietnam and then say that, oh, I'm not Vietnamese. You know, they would never do that. And of course, there's always going to be some sort of separation, right? But the thing is, some go to the extremes. You know, some take that separation and turn it into hatred. But some resolve that. You know, they acknowledge that, we don't have the same culture, right? We don't eat the same thing, we don't listen to the same music, we don't talk the same thing. But like, you know, they're still determined to sit down and work things out with each other. So yeah, it's always gonna exist, you know, racism, the mindset that we are us and they are them. It's always going to exist, but I think America can work that out. There are people who are willing to cooperate and develop together. So
I think that one thing that I love about America is there is diversity in that country, and you can meet a lot of people from a lot of destinations, and they all have like different mindsets, right? So but when you interact with a lot of people, it is important to stay politically correct in order to respect them and not to hurt their feelings, right? So for example, you are an Asian and you are now studying in the USA. So I can just, for example, if I were a white person, I can just come up to you and suddenly ask you where you came from, because that is regarded as being racist, being like discriminated. So in this world, what I'm trying to say is it's really hard to always be thoughtful, to always be correct when you talk to other people.
It's a little bit of conflict between, you know, freedom of speech, which means that you can say whatever you want, whatever you think. But, you know, like you have to be really, really be careful, because what you say might hurt other people.
And if you hurt other people, so other people will not think good of you, and they might have like some judgment towards you. So I do know a lot of terms, like you cannot gaslight someone, you cannot be a racist, and something like that. So in order to be a good person in this society, you will have to stay really updated and really enlightened about this world. So how do you do that? How do you be a good citizen nowadays?
I think the good is a very vague word.
I mean, try to of course you gotta stay updated. You gotta know, you know, you need to watch the media kind of to know what to say and what not to. And I mean, we're living in a cancel culture, right? Where a person can get canceled because of things might not necessarily mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't mean that, but it was just, you know, they spilled it out and they get canceled, their lives ruined, and it's, you know, cancel culture is
extreme.
It's brutal, right? Yeah. There are comedians that got attacked, rappers, they got attacked for saying non-appropriate thing, but and you know, their career got heavily affected. Yeah, so we got to be mindful about that. But my opinion is that if you accidentally hurt a person, you know, like you can meet someone that's from the LGBTQ plus community, and you don't know what kind of pronouns they want to be called with, and like you accidentally, you know, call them something that they don't want to be called as, and they correct you for that. As long as you're willing to fix that, and then, you know, and you do what you call them what they want to be called, then you're fine. It was an accident, right? It happens all the time, because there's no way we can look at a person and knows exactly, like, you know, what they're thinking, what's their preference. So yeah, but of course you gotta be careful about your words. Yeah.
So when you were saying that in order to be a good citizen, so one of the most essential thing that you need to be updated, right? But
Yes.
I also have a question for you. So because I know that even my sister, when she returned from the UK, so she, at some point that she was updated to a new person, right? And somehow she got this kind of mindset that Vietnam is not on the same level as other countries, for example, like the States or the UK or any, you know, like foreign countries like that. And it is the fact that now the American pop culture has invaded the world. For example, like Marvels or even Minions, right? Minions, and as Trix had just
Hollywood
mentioned about some kind of terms like gaslighting, something like that. So, and a lot of people want to Americanize Vietnam. So what do you think? So, or have you ever had that kind of thoughts in your head?
Well, I mean, Americanized Vietnam is a very big term.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, I'm not sure. We gotta preserve something as our own, you know, like,
Our customs?
it's inevitable that pop culture from the US would invade, you know, because it's spreading through every corner of the world, right? And it's affecting us too. And I think, I don't know, I think since it's inevitable, I really don't have a problem with that, you know. But if it gets to the point where a person say, well, I agree that Vietnam is not on the same level as other countries in terms of our infrastructure, our education, our economy. It's a fact, right? It's really a fact. But if they say our people is, you know, inferior, or we're not as capable as them in anything, like I would disagree with that, because I know we're a very talented race of people. We're very smart. We have, we can do anything just as well as they do. But the thing is, our whole country is still in a different phase, according to them. So we don't have the necessary factors to necessitate growth. But I believe, we're even better than them if we, you know, have, let's say we have what the American have, right? You know, we have their constitutions and principles. We have the amount of natural resources. We have the amount of people they have, the amount of brain cells, straight up. Then we can do anything, but of course we don't have that, so we still have to work for it. But you know, we're as good as any nation in this world, right? yeah, and I mean the cultural thing, it's inevitable. It's inevitable, really. So yeah, I don't really have a problem with that as long as we gotta admit that we're Vietnamese, and there are certain values, certain principles we gotta hold. Like like how we treat our parents, how we treat our teachers.
Yeah.
It's a very Vietnamese thing. We treat them with utmost respect. And there are many more things like that. But,
Yeah, sometimes
I
we
can't
still have to
listen.
preserve
Yeah.
our values. Yes, like harmonize between harmony among people. Okay, and you have also mentioned that Vietnam has a lot of talents, and it is the fact because we are talking to one of them now.
Aww.
You're
That is my
you're
personal
making me
opinion.
blush.
Yeah.
And because you are a student who are still studying in the States. So I think that our last question for you, that do you have any plan, for example, after graduation, do you have any plan to return to Vietnam? Because as you have just mentioned that we still have to work things out, right? In order to make Vietnam better. So
Do you have any plan?
because I think Trix is waiting for you.
Why do you say that?
Well, it's a constant fight between individualism and nationalism, where you consider your own benefits with your people's benefit as a community as a whole. And like after graduation, I want to stay in the US so that I can get a job there and kind of learn from them as much as I can. Eventually, I still want to go back to Vietnam, and I want to get a job in Vietnam that pays me the same as a job as really I was in America. I mean, that's everyone's dream, right? But that's the individual side, But sometimes when you sit down, you look at Vietnamese streets, like, I don't know, I travel to my hometown and I see all these people and I see these places where not many are developed, and I feel empathy towards my country, and I want it to be better. And that's when the national side kind of rises up, and you want to contribute something to the place where you were born from, and who you are essentially. So I mean, my plan is to at least get a job in the US, because I can't just go there, study, and come back here. I need to take something from them. So that's my ideology. I need to extract something from them for all the money I spend, and also and then hopefully bring it back here, right? But still, it's a balance between yourself and your people.
I do agree. So basically, that you will return once you feel that you learn enough from the States. And you mentally, financially, and knowledgeably prepared. I don't know if
Intellectually.
Intellectually prepared. So actually, that just keep saying.
To be honest, I don't like the US. I mean, I don't know. I'm a very conflicting person. I look at them as us, as I said. Although I admire them and what they do, right? But they're still Americans, and I know they have problems, and I mean, I will never associate myself as an American, right? And turn away from my country. That's just where I stand.
Okay, so I actually this is such a profound conversation, because because I don't have a chance to go abroad, even though when I was a high school student, I really wanted to study abroad, but because of some financial issues that I can't make that dream come true. But seeing those young people, oh my god, I am the oldest here. Young people having a chance to go abroad and to learn, and with especially you I have to say that I also learned a lot. Okay, but anyway, so tea time. So I think that just finish my tea. I don't know. Okay.
Your tea.
Yeah. Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers to all
To
of.
everyone.
Cheers to Lit Gang. Okay, and okay, and thank you so much for spending time with us today. And you are
Thank you so much.
the first person who like
Virtually.
virtually appeared on Tea
Yes.
Time with Lit Gang, and
Yo.
yay! So yay! And once again, congratulations on winning Best Host of July. Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm very proud of that.
Okay.
Yes. I just want to say thank you for your time and your all your very good questions and what you told me, your appreciation. Yeah. And I hope I know I'm the first online
Tea timer.
who does tea time, but I hope that there'll be more, especially those in like the south, so we can't be there. But yeah, I hope our series goes well, and we'll keep spreading these ideas and messages that's hopefully gonna benefit people.
Yeah,
Aw,
Yeah.
that's so sweet.
Thank
you
you so
are
much.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
okay, and if you want more content like this, more videos like this, please remember to follow our YouTube, to subscribe to our YouTube, and follow our social platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, yada yada yada. And now, bye.
Bye. Can you say goodbye to
Bye.
everyone? Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Goodbye, people.